Many photographers think that it's all about the numbers. No, it's not.
Thank you so much for tuning in for another episode of Photography Radio. My name is Tomasz and today you are listening to Beyond the Frame with Olaf Sztaba, where he challenges you to take visual risks and think differently about your photography. Honest, bold and unapologetic. Typical Olaf. Enjoy.
Can you imagine your life without photography? No? Then you will love this show. And it doesn't matter if you're a DSLR, a mirrorless, or a mobile phone shooter. We're here to help your photography grow. This is Photography Radio.
Hello, my photographic friend. What's new? How are you doing? Once again, thank you so much for all your kind emails and messages. It really helps. As I sit down and talk to the microphone, I have to admit that I really miss the interaction part. So when you send Tomasz or me a message, note, anything, I have to admit I really enjoy it. Every single message fills the void. Okay, I guess it's enough of this sweetness, Olaf, for today. It's the time of the year when weather, at least in my part of the world, is not the best. Here in Vancouver, where I record this podcast, it's pouring rain outside. And that's why I have a drink in front of me. And in this very dark and rainy evening, I'm recording this podcast. They even say, actually a few days ago, I read an article that this is the most depressing time of the year. And maybe there's something about it. But we can fight it together and we can talk about something interesting, I hope. So in order to fit right into this miserable mood, I will talk today about social media, but from a photographer's perspective. I know what you want to say. Come on, Olaf, really? Honestly, I don't know if it's a good idea, but what the hell, let's do it. First, we need to make a major distinction. I know that many of you don't really care about your presence on social media, photography-wise. You are there just probably for fun or to connect with others. And this is perfectly fine with me. You may even enjoy this rant today, but to make sure we understand each other, what I'm going to share with you today applies mostly to those of you who take photography more seriously and your presence on social media is important to you as a photographer. Okay? So this is very important. Second, the whole assumption that you have to be on social media to be successful, no, it's not true. I recently met some incredibly successful photographers who deal with galleries and art dealers directly, skipping the entire social media experience whatsoever, and they are doing just fine. So after clearing this whole thing up, let's get to the bottom of it. Okay, let's admit it, at least I will. We are addicted to social media. I am. And there are many bad things about it, but it's not always all bad. Come on, let's say it loud and clear. We enjoy it, and as much as we promise ourselves to cut it, this is not going to happen. I admit it. Many times in the past I thought like, well, I don't want to do it anymore. And I'm still there. So if we are staying on social media, at least let's not screw this up, okay? Many of us use social media as a sort of a drug, perfume, as a sort of never-ending interview. In other words, most of us approach social media in this very sweet way. We want to project all the best. We want to show the success, those amazing travels that we are having, friends, and all the good things that are happening in our life. And I sometimes wonder if there is enough calendar days for the amount of travel some of my friends do. You know, we go around and make this world better with giving everybody and everything likes. We are so generous. Then we go around and share all those positive and nice images, along with an avalanche, avalanche of imagery. So this is one approach, this sweet approach when we kind of go on social media to spread likes and to share our work. And there is the real way to approach it. Writing down exactly what you feel at that moment without the usual, what if somebody doesn't like it and I will lose followers? You know, so many of us, whether you want to admit it or not, use this social media filter. You know, that's not a bad starting point, actually. This approach includes sharing your doubts, thoughts, and feelings, and that also includes the dark, uncomfortable thoughts. Sometimes I think when we take off the mask and stop calculating, we are way more successful. And I truly believe, after doing this for so many years, that's the only path to gain some traction as a photographer is to be real. Sounds good, but it's not that easy to do. You know, after working with so many photographers on their strategy, I noticed that we have all become very good in sensing bullshit. We just learned social media. And there is so much posturing online. So we all, especially recently, we strive for something or something raw and genuine. I'm pretty sure you know what I'm thinking here. And why we are hiding our real side? Well, because we think that someone may not like us, or someone may not like our work. Here is another thought. Many photographers think that it's all about the numbers. No, it's not. There are ways and techniques that could build your numbers very quickly, but you know what? They don't mean much. It's much more important to reach the right audience that enjoys and appreciates your work. And you won't do it, you won't reach this audience unless you come across as you. But then there is another problem. And this is actually something that drives me absolute crazy. I see some photographers mixing up the photography with all sorts of other issues, including political. You know, they pick fights on left and right. They would comment on every single issue. And in fact, they very often use the language they would never use, or words they would never say in public, or in front of another person. But somehow we think it's okay to do that online. I have hard time understanding this. I strongly suggest, if you are a committed photographer and you do care about your work, don't mix up politics, cat photos, and your photography. I'm sorry to all the cat owners. You will be perceived as exactly, nobody knows. And then those images. Wow. Sometimes I just cannot believe it. Social media is not a dump when we throw all our images and see what sticks. And this is the most common mistake we make online. Keep in mind that it's our job and responsibility as a photographers to choose and share only our best work. I know that we all think we are the most important, and the internet as a whole is waiting for every image that we publish. Come on, let's be honest. Nobody has time to see more than 1 or 2 images. So why not to pick one great image and share it? Show the world that you care and respect your audience. Of course, there are some exceptions, like those of you that shoot a series of images or storyline. I always view social media as a sort of a gallery. I know that I do have an audience, and some of my Facebook and Instagram friends just visit me. And I want to take care of them. I want to welcome them. I want to make sure I show them my absolute best work. Look at most great museums or galleries. Look how they display important paintings or photographs. You enter the room and you have one painting per wall. There is no clutter, no noise, no politics, no advertisements, just quietness and beauty. So next time you pick your image for social media, ask yourself, are you proud of it? Is it really your best work, or just you got so used to it that you feel you need to put something out there? Sometimes we are tired and weary of social media. And it's great to share great content, in your case, your own content. But maybe we should start thinking about it this way. You will share less, but something more important, more meaningful. As always, I will leave you with a quote, my photographic friend. I don't remember who said this, but I just love it. Don't say anything online that you wouldn't want plastered on a billboard with your face on it. Let me repeat. Don't say anything online that you wouldn't want plastered on a billboard with your face on it. And that includes some photographs. Thank you so much, my friends. Oopsie, I got into trouble. I'm well over 10 minutes, but hopefully Tomasz won't see it. Okay, thank you so much for listening. Make sure to visit photographyradio.com and let us know what you think. Thank you so much. See you next time.
Thank you so much for tuning in today. Hit subscribe on your podcast app. It would mean a lot for us to have you as our regular listener. Head over to photographyradio.com to drop your suggestion for future editions of Photography Radio, or simply to say hello. We would absolutely love to hear from you. In the meantime, have a wonderful night, and we will be back with more photography in your ears very soon.